All right. Point number one. No, I'm just kidding. I'll do what Mike Ferry does. He goes, okay, now let's talk about legend agents. No, just kidding. Okay, so I wrote down here, they are congruent. They act and talk in a believable way. They practice being convincing. How do you be convincing? They ask questions to determine, is this a lead or someone that likes to hear themselves talk? That, you gotta get that. That is powerful. You see, when you talk, when I ask a question, tell me about the motivation, tell me why they want to do what they want to do, it's because I'm disqualifying them, not qualifying them. I know everybody wants to buy a house. Everybody says they want to buy a house. I only want to work with people who have to buy and have to sell. So I want to know, do they have to buy and do they have to sell? I don't do it meanly. The top agents, the legend agents don't do it meanly, but they're always asking questions, determining whether there's something here or not. And they're always listening for red flags. They're always listening for red flags. So pay attention to that. And a legend agent eliminates bad leads. Average agents don't eliminate anything because they don't want to prospect, so therefore they work with anything and everything. Legend agents do not do that, okay? Questions help determine who a good lead is and who is not. How do I learn the questions that I need to ask? Anybody want to answer that?
Brett.
How do I learn the questions I need to ask?
By master your scripts right now.
Well, when you say mastery, what do you mean by mastering
Role play.
your scripts?
Role play.
Role play.
Practice.
Okay.
Practice.
What's a very interesting thing is all the questions, let's say 98% of all the questions you're ever going to need are in all of the scripts that have been generated and gone before you. Not anybody on this call, okay? But the you who is not you that's here want to take the shortcut. But you asked me, where am I going to learn the questions? I learned the questions because I learned the scripts, ladies and gentlemen. In 1996 or 1998, I think it was 1996 or 1997, I started coaching professionally for Mike Ferry. And I was coaching agents. I was coaching my own agents, and I was coaching 50 agents for Mike. And I had to know my scripts and dialogues. I had to know what to say and how to say it at a really high level, or nobody was going to pay Mike for my coaching his agents. Nobody. And that I just was not going to ever disappoint him under any circumstances. So whatever it is that you need to get, to learn, to understand, you've got to memorize, and then by memorizing, internalize the scripts, and all the questions are there in the 25 or 30 different scripts, okay? Questions on that? Anyone? Okay. Legend agents have passion. Legend agents have passion. They know without passion, you lose your edge. Does it sound like I have passion about what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Does it feel,
Yeah.
does it feel
Yeah.
like I know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, does it feel like I'm passionate about it and I believe in it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
100%. I'm passionate about this. I
Yes.
believe in this is the plan. I bet my company on this every single day. I believe that. There's no profit. Oh, let me ask you guys a question. Do you believe I'm profit motivated?
Yes.
It's okay.
Of course.
Say it. Do you
Yeah.
think I'm profit motivated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You have to.
I am profit motivated. I am profit motivated. So if I'm profit motivated, is there any advantage in my giving you advice that doesn't work, in my opinion?
No.
No.
No, that's stupid, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would never do that. I've never done that. I'm giving you this advice and most people reject it. But the people who are making millions of dollars today are taking this advice. And even though they haven't taken it, internalized it, and memorized it yet, they start doing it now. It's never too late. Never. Start as soon as we're done here. Have passion. If you don't have passion, you lose your edge. I have an edge in this business because I am very passionate about what I do. And they stay away from passion-killing situations. What's a passion-killing situation? How about a bad lead? How about a not motivated lead? How about not knowing what to say and how to say it? How about tired and not enough rest? How about interruptions and disturbing news? How about this one? Learning to say no. Stay away from yes. Learning to say no.
Oh.
And the other one, the last one, is practice. And I'm still practicing today. I still practice this morning. I practice with you guys. I try to get into the understanding of the transaction and make the changes and where's the business coming from. Legend agents know that people are going to say prices are going down and they work to handle it. People are going to say, I want to wait. And they learn how to handle it. Like, gosh, some of you are on role play every day. And you know what? Some of you aren't. I don't understand it. Okay. You know the scripts and dialogues. I'll tell you what, one-on-one with me in a private channel, and you prove to me you know the scripts and dialogues so you don't have to show up for scripts practice. I'm there. I'm practicing. People are going to say interest rates are going to go down. How do you handle it? And legend agents also know people love to hear themselves talk and they spit out stuff that they've heard. Remember, I'm interested in disqualifying the lead, not qualifying the lead. I want to disqualify them, not qualify them. What do I mean by that? Anybody?
You want to make sure that you're not wasting your time.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I really want to help as many people as I can. But if I'm running around showing property to people that can't buy it because I didn't ask the right questions, or they can't afford it, or they really are not emotionally ready to do it. Hey, I've shared this story 100 times, maybe 1,000 times. If you go on a listing appointment and you haven't asked the question about where they're going to move to and what's important about the move, and you haven't asked, tell me about your kids, how many children, et cetera, how many rooms do you need, et cetera, and you find out, wow, so I have 4 kids. Yeah. What are their ages? Oh, they're one's 15 and one's 16. And then I got 2 that are 8, 9. Okay, great. So what did I just learn from that piece of information? Anybody?
It's going to be hard to convince the kids to move.
Because why?
School, friends.
Because of friends, and 2 of them are in high school. Got it? Any of you ever have to move your kids out of a high school? It is not pretty. I do not recommend it. Okay? So if the kids are, that's a disqualifier. I'm going to ask more questions. So did you talk to the children? What's going on there? Now, it could be a gang issue, a gang situation, and they've got to get them out of there. That's a different story. I want to know. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's happening. Or it could just be a situation where, there's a school on the East Coast in Florida where phenom kids go for sports, basketball, volleyball. I forgot the name. Actually, the WNBA girls played. They were housed there during their season this last year. I forgot the name of it, but it's a cool facility. So they know that some clients don't have motivation, and they understand that some clients, it's not going to be money that motivates them. People move for different reasons. I wrote down here, if you don't want to be an average agent and you want to aspire to be a legend agent, then you must start today. Today matters. You must get the answer to this question. Okay? Why would a seller or buyer hire you? Why would a seller or buyer hire you? Answer the question. The buyer or seller would hire me because, fill in the blank. The buyer or seller would hire me because. If you can't fill in the blank, then we need to work on that. So here's some things that they might hire you for. Because of your market knowledge. Do you have it? Because you're a hard worker. Are you? Because you're persistent. Are you really? Because you're good with the numbers? Okay, let's see. Because you can find good deals. There's certain agents. We have a couple of agents in the company. They just trip on good deals. I don't know where it comes from, but they just smell out these deals and they're terrific. Are you available when you're called upon? Why you? You better know what it is. And if you don't, you better find out what it is. You've got to get better than what you are. And that's one of the traits of a legend agent. They're always looking to get better. I wrote this down. Somewhere, someplace, someone is practicing. And when you meet them, they will beat you. Don't forget that. Questions on what we covered? Characteristics of a legend agent. What we learned today?
It's never too late.
Now, that is probably the best point of the day. That's the best point of the day. What else? What else did you learn today?
I think you have to be teachable as well.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Another good point.
Ask more questions to get 100% sure that they are motivated and weed out the people that are not.
Exactly. Good point. Good. What else?
Yeah, I like that a lot. How you said you're disqualifying them, meaning like the questions are actually a bar that you set to make, clients jump to like if they can even work with you right now or not.
Correct. That's very good. Good. Okay. What else? What else did you learn from this talk today?
Be flexible and willing to make changes.
Got to. And always be growing, Iris. You're one of those people. You're always working on growing and learning.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead, Jamila.
Well, you said, Neil, putting yourself out of those situations, that's gonna maybe take away your passion, that passion. Like, don't put yourself in, I guess you didn't say this word, but don't put yourself in drama that would drain your passion.
100%. 100%. That's it. I didn't say that about drama, but I would say that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Following up on those leads that are not even motivated, and therefore that causes you drama because you're not talking to the right people in order to get a transaction, and then goes into your bills, into your personal life, and there's that drama.
Right. Right. And you don't get a listing appointment, and then you, oh my gosh, I need a listing appointment because I need to pay my bills, et cetera, et cetera. One of the things I looked into it, but I've never gone down the REO, the foreclosure, and the notice of default stuff. I've never really done that. I stayed away from it as a company during that time. We did some stuff, but nothing on a big scale. In large part because it's depressing. People are losing their house. This is terrible. I want to be in a different street. I want to be doing something constructive, and I don't want to be in their drama, so to speak. It's de-energizing for me. So I didn't go down that street, and I didn't take my company down that street during 2007, 8, 9, and 10. What we did do is, I'm always looking for something that is an angle to help the agents with. And that was, I found a lot of my broker friends or agent friends were getting these REOs, and they were getting, 6, 8, 10, 12 a month. And a lot of them weren't selling in the beginning, that was for sure. And they had this inventory, and they promised the banks that they would tell them about the properties, and then would hold these open houses. But they couldn't hold open houses because there was too many properties, and there was only 1 or 2 of them. So I called these guys up, and first I went out and we made 2,500. And this is a time where hardly anybody had any money. We made 2,500 open house signs, and they were black and yellow. The arrow was yellow, and the sign was black, and it said bank owned on it or something like that. And we made these little signs, and all these open house signs with the arrows, 2,500 of them. And I don't know, whatever they cost me to make. And I sold them to agents, pretty much what I paid for them. They were like $5 a sign. And you had to buy $100 worth. You had to buy 20 because you had to really sign up the house to get people to show up. And the deal I made with the other agents was that we would hold their house open. We would take a picture of the property and email them the picture so they could send it to the bank. And what they had to do with us is, they gave us access to the open house and they let us do it. And nobody was doing that at the time. And number 2, they had to present our offer. They didn't have to accept it. If it wasn't a good offer, it wasn't but a lot of agents at that time were just rejecting offers, and I got them to accept the fact that they would accept our offers to present them, and they did, and some went through. But we saved the company and the business and the agents, and we did like 1,500 transactions that year. We worked hard. And coming from a guy that doesn't really believe much in open houses, but I shifted gears and made sure that the agents, we were making money so that, everybody could survive and thrive in that market. And we did. And as soon as the market started to shift, I shifted everything back to taking listings again. And we didn't turn back, but you do what you have to do. You're versatile in marketplaces, and you anticipate stuff. That's what I call predictive analytics. Right now you guys should be working 2-bedroom, 1 and 2 bath condos, and you should be working 2-story houses that have been owned for 25, 30 years with people. Those are predictive analytics, and you should be working. I've been talking about that for 3 years, okay? A few of you are doing it and making some money. Most of the agents are ignoring me, but that's okay. Been doing this for 44 years. I'm getting used to being ignored, all right? But the people who did listen and are listening and doing it are making millions. Neil,
on the 25-year analytic, do you believe every zip code should be targeted, or it should be certain income 25 years? Because I feel like when I target the people who have been there for 20 years, that are low income, they tell me that I shouldn't be harassing people out of their homes, or that they're going to give it to pass it on to their children, that it's for their children's home.
Yeah, I mean, it's a numbers game. So yeah, you hear some of that stuff, but first of all, it's not 20 years, it's 25 plus years, okay? So that's an important difference there. So hopefully you're doing 25 plus years. Here's the predictive analytics of that. People that bought those homes were around 40, 45 years old. So 45 and 25 is how much? Hello? Think it was 70, right?
70.
Yeah. 70-year-old people going up and down stairs, their knees hurt. At some point, they're going to have to sell that property. They could give it to the kids, but you know, I don't think a price range makes a difference. I would say to you that there may be some properties in the beach areas that may not sell as often because people do tend to hand those properties down, but plenty of them sell. As an agent in a great friend of mine, his name is Don Abrams in Balboa. I don't know if you guys know him. He's been on Balboa Island for, oh my gosh, 25 years. And his average price is $2.5 million. And he does about 25 closed transactions a year and on Balboa Island. Is that amazing? I just go think about that. So
based on that analytical 25 years?
No. He just works that area. I'm just saying to you that even in his area, which is a small area, there's still, 45 transactions closing every year. And he's doing 25 of them. Isn't that cool? So it didn't happen overnight. It took him, I don't know, 20 years. He was a 25 year overnight success. Me too, by the way. Okay. I've been struggling for 44 years. I've struggled at a high level, but I've been struggling.
You're an overnight 44-year.
I'm a 44-year overnight success, right, Armin? Exactly. And I'm still working on scripts and dialogues. We're still working on different scripts and dialogues. A script and dialogue I never used very much, almost never, before COVID-19 was the for rent by owner script that we've been using all year and made a good amount of money on. I never used that before. So we worked on it, created it, and it's been a great success for those that have been using it. So anyway, other questions?
Yeah, I have a question, Neil. This is Yvonne.
Uh-huh.
I just challenged the appraisal, but they just give me a response saying, the lender said, unfortunately, we don't consider, we don't accept the reconsideration. So I have those overwhelming comps and the invoice box, everything. It's $800,000 listing and it's $32,000 difference. I challenged it, a lot of documents then. So my question is, have you ever seen anything like this? You challenge, you got it what you want, or they never reconsider your challenge of the appraisal?
So my experience with that is it's lender specific. So one lender might, another one won't. A Fannie Mae will, a Freddie Mac won't. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just saying depends on who's buying the loan and whether it's staying in portfolio or not. So that's going to change. So it's kind of lender specific. I would kind of go up the chain of command a little bit, Yvonne, in a nice way. Maybe see if you can get a manager or an underwriter or talk to them and say, look, what can we do here? How can we approach this? Maybe you need to get another lender. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I know, a seller willing to sell for whatever price but I just feel I need to fight for my seller, get that 32,000. This is the only one we didn't get them to waive appraisal contingency because I only got one offer for that one. So.
Okay. All right. Well, it happens, and it may be just the one that you need to close and move on. So, but it's a good question.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Questions. What else did we learn today?
Sorry, I just put one in the chat box because I have asked title if they can pull up like the 2-story homes that are 25 years old, and they can't. They say that they can't because they don't have. I don't know. Their system doesn't recognize 2-story.
They can't. Well, let me back up. All title companies can give you properties that are 25 years old that were bought 25 years ago. What they're saying to you is there's 2 softwares. I don't know the second one, but Robo Gateway is the software that will tell you if it's a 2-story home or not. Some title it's an expensive software. Almost all title companies have access to it, but some, because it's expensive, some won't give you access. So you just need to keep asking title reps and find somebody or a title company or a title rep that'll work with you on it, okay? Or has access to Robo Gateway. It's called, I think it's I always call it RoboCop, but it's Robo Gateway.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. Okay, I've got nothing else. Who's on, let's see, we have open mic. Iris, you're up, and then Alex, then Eric, then Riva.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. I hope you found this helpful.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Neil. Appreciate that. Have a great weekend.
You're welcome.